Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to some more Fan Fridays. Let's see what Andrew is going to bring us this time. Andrew has been featured on Fan Fridays before, and we're going to see if the shenanigans can keep up. So yeah, we're going to get into this one. Staraptor Bruxish. That might be a first for that combo. Can't say that's meta or heard of. And we're going to see how this one ends up breaking down. Also, that is going to be a level 1 Bruxish. Fear Bruxish? Like, what is it going to do? Like, it's always crazy when you see a level 1 Pokemon. Like, you know it's going to be a gimmicky little jerk. And sometimes it's a predictable gimmick, and other times it isn't. So Bruxish comes in on Dazzling, shuts down some shenanigans, and Staraptor gets the immediate final Gambit into the Tapu Koko. Not much you can do about that. And I guess that's a benefit of the Bruxish. You know, you shut out any priority. Bruxish probably has a Focus Sash, so it can take a hit. Oh, yeah, so Bruxish takes a hit, Trick Room, Staraptor, Outspeed, Final Gambit, and then you get a free Trick Room into the Krookodile. What's Krookodile going to do now? Opponent goes into Hydreigon. Also, what is Bruxish? I don't even know Bruxish's moveset after that. Like, you get Trick Room, cool. Frost? Wow. This. Alright, Andrew. What? Yep. Alright. So, Andrew, I wish I was in the room with you when you had this moment. Because this seems like some really deep shenanigans. Like, this seems like ultimate searching for the perfect way, the most inconceivable way to get the ultimate strategy for the crit, and you found it. And then you took it to a new level. Like, let me just bring up the next battle, because let me just bring up the next battle. Mostly because I've seen my retention stats. If I don't immediately go into the next battle, I lose like 20% of my viewers right there. So there we go, guys. I know you don't want to leave yet because I do a long rambly thing, but this might be the best way to do some kind of crazy anger point shenanigans. Like, we've seen Frost Breath, we've seen Circle Throw, we've seen the anger point try to trigger and then go into some really powerful stuff. But with this, like, I can't, like, this is what I mean. This is what must have been, like, the most beautiful, perfect aha moment to try to find the cheekiest little way of breaking the game entirely. Because, like I said with this, that Bruxish is getting the Trick Room. And then it's level 1, so it's going to get the Frost Breath. And then it's just going to take off on the Krookodile. And then Krookodile's going to go +6 into Power Trip, which gains damage based on how many stats it has into Stab, into even more damage. So that's what I mean, like Scarf Staraptor. Already a fast Pokemon, one of the fastest Scarfers you're going to encounter. Can't stop it when it wants to do that. You're trading it, done. Unless the opponent opens like double Ghost, I guess. And then Bruxish is going to get that Trick Room. Like I said, I'm guessing there's a Focus Sash involved somewhere. The opponent might try to protect, but then either way, that Trick Room is going to be going down. And then we also have an Oranguru later, so that's like, I guess that's also the perfect thing. What you want is Bruxish to take a hit on that turn, get its Frost Breath, die on the second turn, knock something out, Krookodile survives, and then Oranguru comes in with the Instruct on the Power Trip, and then you just two-shot everything. Now, I don't know what the opponent's going for right now. Bringing in the Mewtwo, in theory, sounds like a good idea, but not against the Krookodile. I mean, like, you kind of can't do much about that, because the Krookodile, yeah, you are choosing your Pokemon at the end of the turn. But yeah, and then I guess the Earthquake doesn't, like, nothing matters. And then you have Earthquake, so you can, like, self-KO the Bruxish if you just want to rush it. It just works. Because, like, yeah, you could Power Trip, you can just show off the Power Trip, but then that means you're not hitting both opponents. In a situation where you can hit both opponents, you now have a +6 Krookodile using a Stab move. And then that's going to be Shadow Claw finishing off the Bruxish, but as we got showed, that doesn't matter. So you can either Instruct the Power Trip to win, or just Earthquake to win. This is beautiful. And I guess against, yeah, you have the Levitate Pokemon, so this is where you Power Trip and Instruct, and then it's already a pretty tanky Pokemon as well. Like, if you're not confident in the single KO, that's where you gotta switch it over. But that's just too much damage. I don't even know what in Pokemon could survive a +6 Power Trip. Like, it was given to Krookodile. It was given to some Anger Point Pokemon, like Primeape also has that, and it was given the Power Trip, I believe. So yeah, there were some weird moves introduced in the 7th generation. We have Burn Up, that was only given to a few Pokemon. We have the Power Trip, and then we also have like Flame Lash and stuff. Let's go into another battle, because Andrew submitted multiple. And then, just to be safe, let's show a Crabominable. Because up until this Fan Fridays, like I think I might have gotten a few Crabominable submissions, but none of them were like massively amazing Fan Fridays worthy. Not to hate on the guys that submitted, but you know, like sometimes you just see it where it's like, oh man, I can't submit this because the opponent has level 45, or like I can't feature this because the opponent has level 45s, or the opponent played poorly. And like sometimes the strategy works, but you don't really get an idea for how clean it is. And then like this happens, it's like, all right, so now we have like the perfect Trick Room setup. This is like 3v3 into auto setup Trick Room into doing whatever you want at that point. And now we're going into Trick Room Crabominable, which we saw earlier in Fan Fridays is pretty disgusting. Okay, now we have double pretty disgusting, and it's Crabominable into Rangaroo with the like this is cool. This is when you think it up. Like, alright, we got level 1 into Trick Room setup on the Staraptor. Are there any level 1 Trick Room Pokemon that can do the Frost Breath setup? Maybe, if you really look into it. But I mean, and then, actually, no. This is the perfect Pokemon. Like, this is why, I already mentioned this earlier in Fan Fridays as well. Looking for the perfect Pokemon also plays a really big role in this. Because Bruxish brings something to the table that other Pokemon don't. The ability to cancel out priority. So by doing this, Fake Out. Fake Out's kind of a big crusher when it comes to Trick Room strats. Not here. Like, the only thing you can do is taunt it. I guess taunting a level Pokemon, something you might want to do because, like, yeah, you see a level 1. I don't trust the thing for a second. That's going to be some pure shenanigans. I need to get that Gimmick out of here. And that's kind of what you think when you see a level 1 Pokemon. So if you don't know it's going for that Trick Room, and you don't know what it's up to, then you're not going to taunt it. And unless it's Prankster Taunt, you know, if it's not Prankster Taunt, then Staraptor takes it out. Like, it's stupid what you can get away with on this strat. Talonflame needs Final Gambit. I don't know, I was just trying to think of something stupid, because then Talonflame, I was about to say, then it doesn't have Gale Wings, never mind. So yeah, Crabominable has Anger Point in the Rock Slide. I was about to say, is that going to be enough? Because that's not going to be enough against Solgaleo Groudon. Unfortunately, it's resisted. Split damage non-stab. Gets a flinch, though. So it can do that. And then Bruxish has Disable. That's just effed up. That's not fair. That's not cool. So you disable. Oh my goodness. That's almost as bad as the Instruct. That's actually, and then if Bruxish stays alive, it still gets to do that. Oh my, what? Oh, I need a moment. How do you break down everything? I love how the opponent swapped out of Rayquaza because he saw like Crabominable. Like, you know, Rayquaza can't survive that at all. I'm just gonna let this battle play out. Bruxish swishes. I can't even. I don't even know how to react anymore, guys. Like, it's ridiculous. All right. So, when I was streaming a couple days ago, streaming some PUBG, someone said, what's your favorite doubles combo? Let's just go with this. I love level 1 Mimikyu and anything, but level 1 Bruxish Trick Room setup is pretty unstoppable next to that Staraptor, and then going into whatever Anger Point you want to. Like, the Rock Slide damage kind of fell apart, but that's like a rare situation where it's going to be double resist on the Rock Slide. Crabominable still puts down some big damage. It's against legendaries, too. Like, if that wasn't a Solgaleo, like, if that's a neutral against a normal Pokemon, Crabominable just wrecks that. And it doesn't matter about those mysterious wins. Crabominable just wrecks that. And it doesn't have the Iron Fist, but I mean, it still does insane damage. It's at +6. It's at ×4 damage. Life Orb, or yeah, Iron Fist doesn't matter at that point. Oh, it's not Primal Ground, it's just regular Ground. I thought it was Primal. So that's gonna be Instruct, and then double Instruct Ice Hammer. Ah, and then the Instruct. It's just not okay. And we saw what that thing does neutrally without the +4, or without the ×4 damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to talk about that Disable. Like, I wanted to save that Disable for the end, because that Disable is like having a Fake Out. It's like having an Instruct. That for the most part, you know what the opponent is going to do. That they're going to kind of, like, if they have the best move, they're probably going to use it at some point, and they're probably going to try to use it again. And if they used it against Bruxish, then that's just like extra filthy. So yeah, say they hit Bruxish with something, Trick Room, Focus Sash, all those shenanigans go off. I don't even know. Like, it's so weird what could happen in this battle. But yeah, they try to hit something, and then you disable them under that Trick Room, so they don't get to play that game. They don't get to play that turn, and then Crabominable, or even Krookodile, works on Krookodile as well, because Krookodile, Power Trip is a 1, and maybe disabled on the first battle, and I was too freaking out to notice it. But Power Trip, it only targets 1 Pokemon. So you KO 1 Pokemon, you shut down the other on disable, and then you can just keep cycling through until Bruxish goes down. I mean, you could even use Earthquake. Earthquake, finish off the Bruxish, hit what you need to, disable already kicked into play, Oranguru comes in, you instruct the Power Trip, and nothing survives it, and that is going to be the GG. And yeah, that Rock Slide is pretty nasty. I went to check it. 111%, even in doubles, onto Silvally. That +6 on a 132 attacker, it's kind of good. Maybe just a little good. I think, actually, I never really compared the Mega Kangaskhan to the Silvally. Alright, Rock Slide at 100. So yeah, Mega Kangaskhan, actually, never mind. It's 105, 100. So yeah, I want to know how much tankier it was. So it's about 10% tankier than the Silvally. Still, even a Mega Kangaskhan gets one-shot by that Rock Slide. And do we even want to look at it? Yeah, I guess. It's kind of like one of those things. Oh, Krookodile's with a K. It's kind of one of those things where it's really, some really bad stuff is going down. We still have to, like, kind of have to peek over there. So let's just do blank set. We're going to build this for ourselves. I'm guessing we got to go with Brave because it's Trick Room. We go 2v2 on that. We go +6. And how much damage does a Power Trip turn into? Power Trip. Yep. That's pretty filthy. And you know what? I love every bit of that. So the double one-shot onto the Kangaskhan, like, even resist. What can survive that on a resisted hit? Like, I'm trying to think about, like, one of the tankiest Pokemon that... Is there something that... There has to be something that quad resists Dark, even though I kind of doubt it. Man, that's some pretty powerful stuff. Right. So there is one, and that's... Well, actually, there's two, because we have Scrafty and we have Pangoro. So that's like the quad resist. As you can see, even with a resist, unless you're like a massive Pokemon, like Scrafty has a high amount of defense, and then you go full investment into the hit points, and even then, it would almost be like a one-hit KO against something that, you know, isn't quad resisting. Yeah, that's... I mean, we knew it was a lot of damage. But that's pretty good. So if you guys enjoyed Fan Fridays this week, hope you guys enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend, have a nice day, and all that fun stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.